All right, starting off with pin squats again. Uh, these sets, I actually let the bar shift a little bit further back than maybe I should have, but overall, I'm pretty happy with them. This was a very difficult week for me squat wise. Not necessarily in terms of technique, although that's always an issue. Um, just in terms of doing it, really. It's just very high volume. Yeah, you can see I sit back with it a little bit too much here, and it kicks forward just a bit. So, something to keep in mind. I'm going to mess with my grip a little bit, see if I can't get my back a bit tighter. I think that might help. I'm just a hingy guy. It's just name of the game, I guess, which is fine. Yeah, I was really huffing and puffing at the end of these. This is like a volume week for squats, so getting pretty jacked up. Here's speed deads for this week. These were pretty good. The last rep on these, maybe my mid back round's a bit more than I would like, but these were all pretty snappy. So I was happy with them. These block pulls, I'm not good at block pulls, but these are light, so still pretty easy. Kind of just a break week or not a break week, but a little bit lighter. Here's my big bench for the wave here. I'm gonna experiment with heels up bench next week. I think apparently that's legal in USPA, so I'm just gonna try rolling with that. And I swapped out close grip for two board, just because I don't think if I'm gonna go up in weight after my main sets, I don't think I'm strong enough to close grip it anymore. So these all moved really well. Yeah, here's my volume squats. Here's the last set of volume squats. These aren't too bad. Technique wise, I was, breathing after these. I mean, this is probably, I'm not strong at volume squats anyways. High volume squats. This was, one of the harder days I've done in a while. Yeah, my stance is narrow in these two, so you can see everything's out of whack. I gotta widen out a bit. That one wasn't so bad, but some of them are pretty bad. I just gotta widen out a bit so I don't have to hinge back as much. Ugly. It's almost a pause rep because I get all losing my balance. Yeah, these are narrow, so you can see it like shoves the bar path forward because my legs are like I'm cramming my legs into where they don't go. I'm out of space basically, even with the heels. So I just dump forward. And my back and glutes are stronger than my quads too. So that's part of it as well. Yeah, here's some more speed bench with bands. Just trying to get a little bit less grindy with my bench. I think part of it is I might just be not applying enough force. So I put in some band bench. That's not to say that being fast is going to necessarily help you with being strong, but I think the getting into the habit of putting everything into it that you got is a good habit to be in. Uh, Here's some like flexion row, I guess. I don't know if this is the best machine to do this on. I'm not getting very like flexy with it, but my goal with this was trying to get stronger at uncurling my back in the deadlift, which I am already, but it's just something to work on. Can never have too strong a back. Strong guy has a strong back, weak guy has a weak back. This is what I wanted to speak on this week. Um, with a high specificity program like Shaco or whatever, you're gonna be doing a lot of SBD work, so you don't have a lot of room for accessories, and the SBD work is gonna be lower intensity. You can also have like a higher intensity, more specific program, but then you're just not getting a lot of volume because SBD stuff usually beats you up. So that's why I prefer less SBD work and more bodybuilding. You can also push the SBD sets a little harder if you manage that properly, but you can use your bodybuilding work to supplement your SBD work. Like for example, with the rows, I'm getting good at uncurling my back, where I could be doing whatever like band deadlifts or something to actually like train that. But why not kill two birds with one stone? Build some lat size and get more specific movement pattern for the deadlift. This is what I was listening to over the week. There's a pretty strong argument. I know I said this last week that Counterparts is my favorite band. I'm a sucker for like melodic hardcore stuff. I really like Counterparts. So I really like Ghost Inside. Bands like that. 100th back in the day. Yeah, it's good stuff. Here's my email for coaching. If concurrent training is interesting to you, I'm trying to learn, so it's nice to have people I can work with and learn from and learn with. So if that's interesting, there's my email.